Alrighty, welcome back everyone. It is LaughNgamez here. I am back, and it is time for the final Alpha Star match, the Straggler, the one that just happened to work out the way that I cast the games, that we had one replay at the end for a video, and so I thought I'd take the chance just to maybe reminisce a little bit, and also maybe have a little bit of news for you guys. I know that at one point I did mention I would be sending some questions to the Deep Mind team, and that has been in the works, so hopefully we may get an update on that soon. Get some of those questions that you guys answered, and there is a chance that we may actually get to cast an Alpha Star versus Alpha Star game, which is some pretty exciting news. I was on the fence about actually mentioning it to you guys because, of course, I don't have the replay, otherwise I'd have cast it by now, but if we do get to do that, that is very exciting, and that's incredible, because any more of the Alpha Star content that there can be is awesome, and I think that watching Alpha Star play versus Alpha Star would truly be an amazing sight. So that's got me a little bit excited. Yeah, and I just thought I'd mention that. So I'm not going to say when that'll be. I don't know when that'll be. So as far as this video going up, it will be an indeterminate amount of time before any more Alpha Star happens on the channel, which is exciting, saddening. I went to go open to cast today, and I was like, oh man, I gotta figure out what else I'm gonna put up on Alpha Star Day. So that's gonna be my next challenge. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, seeing as how we have one Alpha Star video to do, being this one, the one final match, let's go for 1 like on this video. If we can do that, that would be absolutely amazing. And yeah, slap that like button, and leave a comment in the description down below of what race you'd like to see as far as Alpha Star versus Alpha Star goes. Would you like to see TVZ, TVT, maybe a mirror matchup just to really see how things work out? Let me know. Yeah, as far as this match goes though, I was pleasantly surprised clicking on this one, the final match, the Straggler. We've got a Grandmaster Zerg taking on Alpha Star Terran, which could be a great match here. Seeing as how Alpha Star Terran generally just rolls over Zergs, like the Zerg fails to get up an adequate drone count, and then they just get wrecked by the tanks and the Marines, and we'll see how well this Grandmaster Zerg's gonna do. So yeah, very pleasantly surprised by the contents of this replay. We are on King's Cove, I'm not sure if I mentioned that already, and Alpha Star is just scouting out with the Reaper. Meanwhile, going into that fast third command center build, Alpha Star playing what's really in the meta these days, but oh, the AI actually manages to grab a drone. That's just painful for the Grandmaster player. Do not lose another drone there, buddy. Yeah, losing 1 drone is kind of like the maximum that you can possibly lose. If he gets the Reaper for it too, that makes it much more worth it than he does. So at least he doesn't have to worry about that, coupling up with the Hellions. For now though, we do take a look, and yeah, the third base is still on the way for the Zerg. The third base is on the way for Alpha Star, so it really does go to show how quick the AI takes that third command center. And I don't think we've really seen someone try and cheese the AI doing this build. Maybe we have, and it was just a dominant hold as per usual. But that's why Alpha Star goes for the Reaper Scout, make sure there's no Roach Warren or anything like that. And it did indeed do that, so the AI knows that it's not going to be getting attacked, or most likely not going to be getting attacked. And then the game is just going to continue on. We'll see how the Grandmaster player macros up. He's got the Link speed done, but he's only got 3 Zerglings, so we got to be careful about that, because we do know that Alpha Star Terran is very, very willing to YOLO in the Hellions when the situation demands it. And that's a very scary thought, having these Hellions just dive on and potentially end the last Alpha Star game. We'll see if that's going to be the case or not. Queen's about to pop at this hatchery. There's also a few Lings stationed there to try and intercept these Hellions. Looks like it's a good reaction from the Grandmaster player to start with. The Hellions haven't got any shots on the drones yet. They actually just cooked up one of those trees in the background. Yeah, the Ling's trying to get on top of these Hellions, but all the units haven't been pulled. This Queen, what is she doing? The Grandmaster player failing to react adequately to this. Fortunately, he has a couple more Lings pop out to try and shut this down, but boy, oh boy, that is playing with fire. Literally. That was no good. And so that tree actually got burned down by the Hellions, and now it's just going to be creeped all over too, so and that's no good. But fun fact, some trees do die when they get creeped on, which is a really cool detail for StarCraft 2. Now AlphaStar going to be landing its third base. The Grandmaster player gets supply blocked as he loses an Overlord. He's got his 2 Evos on the way now, so probably going to be playing a Ling-based style, but oh man, I get the feeling that even this Grandmaster player is going to be getting outplayed by AlphaStar. He even sees the fact that there's 6 more Hellions, and this could potentially mislead him to the fact that it could potentially be mech, although he did see a tech lab researching, so he should know that it's bio. Hellions running into these queens. There's only 15 Lings for the Grandmaster player, but for now, AlphaStar is staying back. The Grandmaster player is getting up that drone count. There's no Banshees that he's got to worry about, just the bio follow-up for AlphaStar, which is pretty usually timed. The Grandmaster player is trying to split off some of his Lings, get his Lings towards this third base. He's actually going to get a few into that third, so good splitting by the Grandmaster player. Looks like he'll get at least an SCV or 2, just an SCV, singular. And now he's just getting up his drones behind this, getting up to a very healthy drone count with another 11 on the way, starting to make some Banelings. He's getting his lair on the way, but that does seem a little bit late for the lair timing. This will be about a 6-ish minute lair that he started it at. And that just makes me worried because AlphaStar can push out with Baneling speed. And oh my gosh, the Grandmaster player totally just morphed some Banelings and ran them in. I assumed those were going to be defensive Banes. No, they were not. Now we got to see these Lings try and intercept these Hellions. Looks like they're doing an okay job at that, but there's actually just way more Hellions than there is Lings. And oh man, is this where things go really bad for the Grandmaster player? Habit forces him to inject in that hatchery, but oh, he's going to lose like all of his drones. Oh, it's so terrible. It's so terrible, and this is what happens. Even a Grandmaster player just gets wrecked. Just gets absolutely wrecked by AlphaStar's Hellion run-bys. Losing 22 drones this game is a very, very big amount. The Queens will end up cleaning this up, but that was real bad. The Lings are just going to go straight for a counterattack, but the Marines are in position for AlphaStar to intercept this. Although, they do load up into a Medivac, so they'll actually be out of position for these Lings, but then AlphaStar reacts, seeing the Lings coming in, and now the Lings are actually trapped, so they're just going to die to all these Marines. That is a disaster for the human player, as, yeah, just loses all of those Lings. That is a lot of bulk he can't afford to replace, as he's just been trying to replace his drones. He's got Baneling speed on the way now. But oh boy, is he ever going to need to be making a lot of units from this point on. He's even adding in a few Roaches, which is interesting. He's going for Carapace and missile attack, so not actually playing the melee style, which is quite interesting. I wouldn't say that this is the meta at the minute, but maybe it was more in the meta back when these games were played, and I think it was. But still, we'll see if he's going to be able to deal with this. I mean, the Grandmaster player, he is up to 70 drones again, as long as he reacts to the drops that are coming his way, but AlphaStar is going to do this thing, which we've seen it do before. It goes for a drop, and then it just runs into the natural, or goes to kill the 4th base. And that's actually been very effective for AlphaStar. The Grandmaster player now going to have to split his units, but in go these Marines now stepping on creep. How well will the GM react? It's like, looks like the Grandmaster player is now going to have to react to these Marines heading towards his 4th base. The drones are running decently timed, so not too many going to die. Banelings rolling on in. Looks like the Marines do get into the Medivac and get out, however. So the Grandmaster player keeping a tight ship. He's got 11 more Roaches on the way, so he can split up his army decently. He does have to be ready for any follow-up drops or anything that come his way, however. Okay, an Infestation Pit is on the way for the Zerg, so potentially getting to Ultras, potentially getting, yeah, most likely Ultras or Infestors, seeing as how he hasn't gone for Aspire yet. He's actually gone for double Infestation Pit, maybe thinking that this one's going to get cancelled or something, or maybe that was a mistake, who knows. Looks like these Marines are doing what they can, but they will end up getting pushed away. The problem is AlphaStar is not one to lose units that it's dropping with, although this Queen, she may get a Medivac. Looks like the answer is not quite. The Grandmaster player now going to have to react to the next attack from AlphaStar, stepping onto his creep. He is coming forward with his units. He's got some Banelings in the mix, so he could get good connections, but AlphaStar targets down all them Banes right away. Well done by AlphaStar. Really good at catching the trickle, except those Banelings do roll in towards the 3rd base, get some good connections on what AlphaStar has. The Grandmaster player is trying to weather the storm of AlphaStar, but this multitasking is it's just ridiculous what the AI is doing. He's now going to have to pull drones from his natural base as he falls below 60, and the Marines just unload again, just really giving the Grandmaster player the runaround. The GM does have a 5th base on the way, however, that Hive is coming. He's got +1 melee attack now on the way. I think he does need to make some more Banelings as soon as he can. I mean, the Grandmaster Zerg is doing better than most Zergs we've seen in this situation. And we have actually seen this situation from AlphaStar quite a few times, which it plays very, very similar to this. AlphaStar is going to be getting pushed back, but the problem is now comes that big old tank attack that's going to be stepping on the creep. And here comes all of AlphaStar's force, and this is why I said I think we need to see some more Banelings. The Roaches alone will not stand against this. Corrosive Biles could potentially help out, but yeah, the Grandmaster player cannot take this fight. He's making more Lings to try and help out. Does get some good Corrosive Biles there on AlphaStar's army. Really well done. Thinning out the Marine count. The Grandmaster player is churning out as many Lings as he can. He's going to have the +1 melee in about 10 seconds. That may be his window to take a fight. Corrosive Biles being tossed down to try and buy time for the army. It's 190 supply to 160 right now. Tanks are not all siege for AlphaStar, but there we go. Now they're all sieging. The Queens are getting cut up as this goes on. The 4th base is getting cut up. Lings try and make it onto the tanks, but they just get evaporated. Most of the Marines are dying that AlphaStar has, but it looks like there's just too much, and AlphaStar is able to bring down the Grandmaster player in the final AlphaStar game on this, or the final regular AlphaStar game on this channel. And that is all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks so much to everyone for tuning in. If you enjoyed this commentary, hit that like button. Join the Discord, which is linked down below. Subscribe and join the Bell Gang, which is right down near the description. And then consider becoming a member if you do want to support the channel. There's various perks. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks so much for tuning in. My name is LaughNgamez.